I can't think of a better time for you to take part in the changes and opportunities that are going on here.
If I tell you Dick Fuld, what will be the first thing that crosses your mind?
A person who was viewed as a lion on Wall Street. I believe that in the year 2008, the very year of the bankruptcy, he was named by Forbes as one of the top 10 executives in the country.
They called him the gorilla, and I think they called him that for a reason. He was brusque, boorish, take no prisoners kind of guy, you know, run through a wall for Lehman Brothers, hyper-competitive, hyper-narcissistic.
Squeeze some of those shorts. Squeeze them hard. Not that I want to hurt them. Don't get that, please, because that's just not who I am. I am soft, I'm lovable. But what I really want to do is I want to reach in, rip out their heart, and eat it before they die.
The man who lost Lehman Brothers, the man who presided over its decline and fall, the man who could have done something about it but chose not to, the man who refused to see the writing on the wall, the man who, you know, kicked off in many ways what became the Great Recession.
My name is Oliver Buddha, and I was an in-house lawyer at Lehman Brothers for 8 years. I discovered many things that were at least unethical, if not illegal. And eventually, I decided to quit. I was earning a lot of money, but it was not enough for me to turn a blind eye to all that was happening around me. The tone coming from the top, Dick Fuld, the guys around him were, go for it, push it, go beyond the limits. The key at Lehman was to evaluate the risk and the reward, and never mind the law that might be in between there. If the reward is high enough and the risk is low enough, we will do it, and we will sort it out later. This was a culture of risk, and this was all about money.
Lehman Brothers' risk analysis program was considered a model on Wall Street. I mean, it was brilliantly conceived of. The problem was it was simply ignored. You have to understand, you're talking about Dick Fuld. Dick Fuld made his fortune at Lehman Brothers. He was a billionaire. So if you say, well, I think he had it wrong, he'd ask you, are you a billionaire? Have you made $1 billion trading? I have. And he had.
In the years leading up to the crisis, everything, the financial health of Lehman Brothers could not have been better, at least on paper.
They expanded the use of their toxic derivatives, and the ratio of lending expanded. In 2008, Lehman's was massively leveraged.
Lehman Brothers had one of the highest leverage ratios in American financial institutions. A leverage ratio is a ratio of your debt to your equity. Another word for equity is capital. Its ratio, depending on the exact time, was 30 to 40 to 1. In other words, for every dollar of supposed capital it had $30 to $40 in debt.
Lehman became the focus of worldwide attention because they were perceived as the next weakest link. They were the next domino to fall.
So Lehman engaged in a scheme, an accounting scheme to make it look better. And what they did was involved what was called RECPO 105s.